earth and flame, rain and wind, for love of all who gather, let the song begin. Me too. Thank you. I just learned that some of you listen to this weekly, so if you want to sing along, please feel free to do that. But no pressure. This is our settling in piece. Darksome night and shining moon, balance of the dark and light. Hearken ye, a witch's rune, as we perform our sacred rite. Water, air and fire, by blade and bowl and circle round, we come to you with our desire. Let all that is hidden now be found. With censer, candle, book and sword, and ringing of the altar bell, we tie a knot within our cord to bind our magic in a spell. Summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witch's rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Dance with us, our witch's rune. Dance with us, our witch's rune. Dance with us, our witch's rune. Now, ordinarily, I would feel a little strange and sad when I get to the part where it says, dance with us, our witch's rune, and no one is dancing, but we're supposed to be settling down and getting comfy, so, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm settling down and getting comfy. So why shouldn't y'all la 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 dance with us, our witch's rune? Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us, our witch's rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Oh, oh, oh. Dance with us, our witch's rune. Dance with us, our witch's rune. Of land and sea, chant the rune and it is done, as we will so mold it be.
Thank you, SJ. That was really great. What a great way to kick it off. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville. My name is Matt. I'm about a 2-year member here, and I really love getting up here every time Renee asks. It's great. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition that values freedom in religious thought and journey. We uphold the unity of our interconnections, these connections to each other, to all of life, and to the precious universe of which we are a part. We affirm the universality of love and hope as we journey together in community, and we welcome you, whoever you are at this moment, and wherever you are in your spiritual path. For those of you joining us online, welcome. If you're new, please check out our website, uufayetteville.org, for more information. For those of you visiting us for the first time in person, you'll find a visitor information card in the seat back in front of you. We'd love for you to fill this out so we can get you on our email list and keep you informed of our events. This email is just a once a week thing. You're not going to be flooded or spammed. We're not going to sell your information. You're just going to find out about all the cool things happening here at UU. Now, later in our service, we'll have time where you are invited to come forward. Well, we're not going to do that today, are we? Actually, we're not going to drop the stone today.
Something different.
Come back next week. We'll do, yeah, we'll do that. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a joy or concern, go ahead and fill this out and just go ahead and put it in an offering basket, and this will get straight to Renee. If you have any need for hearing assistance, our AV Tech David is back there. He can help you out with that. And children are always welcome in our services here. But if there's an instance where you feel like you need to take them to our staff nursery, well, we have one downstairs if you prefer. But we love the sounds of children, so keep them here. So please remember to silence your cell phones as we enter into our service. Thank you.
Please join me as we light our chalice today. Love is the spirit of this community, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and truth, and to help one another. Thus do we covenant together. Good morning, dear ones. First, I want to officially introduce you to S.J. Tucker. She will join us as guitar accompanist occasionally on Sundays. Sooj is her nickname, like S-O-O-J, Sooj. And she's been a professional musician for well over 20 years, yes, and been making music with me for 15 of those. Lucky me. Some of you may remember Beats in My Salad that I have done here before. Sooj and I wrote that together at a salad bar in Memphis, Tennessee. True story. Sooj worked with us here at UUFF during COVID to help me make the choir happen because everything was virtual and crazy during the COVID. She has done our 2 fall festivals, and she's a creative genius. She is. I love making music with her, and I'm excited for her to be on our music team here at UUFF. I want you to invite her to get to know you with open arms and welcome her, please. Okay, Day of Remembrance. What is it? Why do we do it here every year? Why have we been doing it for so long here at UUFF? Why do most other UU churches and congregations do it too? It's a tradition that is as pluralistic as the winter holidays. Veneration of the dead is observed in many... Wait. Veneration of the dead? What does that even mean? Well, veneration of the dead is the practice of honoring and respecting deceased individuals, often ancestors. Sometimes this is based on the belief that the dead may have a continued existence and can influence the living. Sometimes this involves prayers and supplication to the beloved dead of that person or family. The practices around honoring the dead vary greatly, from something very simple to the very elaborate that some folks would even see as worship. There are as many ways to honor the dead as there are religions and cultures. In my preparation for this service, I have come to realize that honoring the dead in our life, our dear ones that have passed on, touches more people on earth, connects us as a species more than almost anything else. Breaking bread together and celebrating births also fall into that category, but almost every human on earth honors the dearly departed. Friends, in our recent past and still today, Americans and other Western countries have sterilized death and tried to remove ourselves from it as much as possible. And a lot of that is based on fear. I mean, we're animals, right? It's about survival somewhere in our biology, right? It's easy to turn away from death. When I was growing up, death was a taboo subject in my family. My elders spoke of it in hushed tones, behind closed doors. Was that true for any of you? Yeah. I'm really grateful that that trend is shifting. I'm really grateful that that trend is shifting. That we're starting to understand that everyone does better when death is spoken of as a normal part of life, as a normal part of the life cycle, because it is. Death is hard, and it usually has a labor, just like birth has a labor. It's a beautiful transition with some ugly parts, just like birth is a beautiful transition with some ugly parts. Death is powerful. Birth is powerful. But we treat them awfully differently, don't we? There is a reason some cultures pray and offer supplication to the dead. They've gone through the ultimate transition. And honestly, it helps the living stay connected. When we talk to our dead people, we feel connected. It's a way to maintain relationship with those who don't walk the earth with us any longer. So many of you sent me pictures of your beloved dead. Thank you. Thank you. This felt like a huge, huge honor to me. A little peek into your lives through the eyes of the people that you love. Sometimes I could see the family resemblance, see the love in people's faces. Some of you submitted pics of beloved animal companions that had transitioned. And I received a new understanding of what family really means, what family really is. I want to just insert a disclaimer here. I know that relationships can also be painful, but we're going to focus on the roses today. I love you more and feel more connected after poring over your pictures and making the little video. That meant a lot to me. And I'm grateful to feel connected to us, to the collective UUFF, and I hope that you feel a connection too as we honor our ancestors today. Let's invite all the good things and close and protect our little family circle with the singing of our first hymn. It's called We Are a Circle, and you all will sing the chorus, and Suj and I will sing the verses. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. Rise as you're able in body or spirit.
One moment, please. Let's wait for the words to come back. There they are, yay. Ready?
We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending.
You hear us sing, you hear us cry. Now hear us call you, spirits of air and sky.
We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. Inside our heart there grows a spark, love and desire, a burning fire. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending.
Within our blood, within our tears, there lies the altar of living water.
We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. Take our fear, take our pain, take the darkness into the earth again. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. Take our fear. Oops. Okay, verse 5. Here we go. The circle closes between the worlds to mark this sacred space where we come face to face. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning. One more time, a cappella. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. We are a circle within a circle with no beginning and never ending. Oh, thank you. You may be seated. Thank you.
Spotlights. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Valerie, and it's my honor to express my gratitude today. So, just a little bit about me. I was born in Elkins. I came into Fayetteville for high school in the mid-'80s. In the 90s, I moved to Austin and was there for a couple of decades before my parents started to experience health issues, and I moved back. And since then, you know, they have passed on. And what I will say is that the rest of my family has just been a little challenging. And so I came here looking for a different kind of community. So I began attending UU in the summer of 2024. And I still vividly remember how I felt on that first Sunday. I was a bit nervous, maybe like now, but the greeter, and I'm pretty sure it was Annette, quickly saw my discomfort and made me feel welcome. And she gave me a name tag, and I came in and I sat in the very back row right by the door so I could make an exit if I needed to. I didn't know what kind of a group you were yet, Yeah. So, but it was the morning that Sue Coppernell started to share her life experience with racism in the southern United States. And I remember sitting there being deeply moved by her honesty and just blown away that this was considered church. And as I reflected on the service during the following week, I realized that this was clearly a space that was not afraid of the truth. So I kept coming, and a few Sundays later, there was a UU Rev from Tulsa, Gary McAlpin, and he gave us lessons from the Cherokee Nation on encouragement and how to stand strong with each other. And it was very comforting because we were headed right into the elections. And there were many other outstanding services, such as the one about the significance of water by Matt. I still remember that clearly. And Religious Pluralism by Melly, and 4,000 Weeks by Marty, and Belonging as We Are by Allie, and Living Courageously by Kate. And of course, there was Amazing Poetry and Song Day last April. What talent. What just blew me away. Y'all are amazing. And I took something special from all of those services, and I'm grateful for each person and that you were willing to share from your hearts. But then there was one service about belonging and living authentically by Renee that really hit me. She talked about the many types of closets that people find themselves in, whether that be an LGBTQIA+, or the closet of being a progressive liberal in Arkansas, or living with an illness, or being pagan or Wiccan, or an atheist in the Bible Belt. That last one hit me. That's the closet where a family member can feel emboldened to attempt to shame you at your mother's deathbed, because after all, you don't pray, now do you? So I'm very grateful that this is a place that focuses on valuing each other and where we can feel welcome. It was really this sermon that made me recognize that this church and this fellowship was not just important to me personally, but this is the type of the place that needs to exist in the world that we find ourselves in today. So I'm also grateful for the many group events that I really enjoyed over the last year, the potlucks, the ceremonies, the holiday gatherings. They gave me a mentally safe place to be for the first time in a very long time. And I'm grateful for the dinners we've shared at the Circle Suppers organized by Rebecca. I'm grateful for the fellowship at the always thought-provoking adult religious exploration classes, where our ideas and thoughts are met with loving kindness and respect. So I know that I want to support this congregation monetarily and in service going forward, and I just say thank you. Thank you all very dearly. So with that, it's now time for the morning offering. And so this fellowship exists because of the personal contributions from folks like you and me. You can give in the basket or online at UU. Fawn and the leadership team also look forward to receiving your 2026 membership package if you haven't turned it in already.
Thank you.
So thank you all.
Spoilers, there are more songs about dancing.
I'm excited to share this next piece with you. Some of you may remember it. We did it a few years ago in the choir. Is my book in your way? Okay. This is by Delta Ray, and it's called Dance in the Graveyards, and it's a moving piece. It's powerful. I love it. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. When I die, I don't want to rest in peace. I want to dance in joy. I want to dance in the graveyards, and while I'm alive, I don't want to be alone, mourning the ones who came before. I want to dance with them some more. Let's dance in the graveyards. Gloria, like some other name, we kept on calling ya. Wait for change, but I belong we keep rising up and watching the wires when we go below. Don't lose us in mourning. 'Cause when I die, I don't want to be in peace. I want to dance in joy. I want to dance in the graveyards, and while I'm alive, I don't want to be alone, mourning the ones who came before. I want to dance with them some more. Let's dance in the graveyards. Oh, dance in the graveyards. Oh, my love, don't cry when I'm gone. I will lift you up, the air in your lungs, and when you reach for me, we'll dance in the darkness, and we will walk beyond daughters and sons, they will carry on. Like when we were young, we will stand beside and breathe in their new life. 'Cause when I die, I don't want to rest in peace. I want to dance in joy. I want to dance in the graveyards, and while I'm alive, I don't want to be alone, mourning the ones who came before. I want to dance with them some more. Let's dance in the graveyards. Oh, dance in the graveyards. Oh. Head say, get your microphone, Renee. They once dwelled among us, the people of memory.
They who knew us, they who taught us, they who hurt us, and they who loved us.
They touch our lives time and again, through their presence and their absence.
Through their familiar scents and favorite songs, through old stories and renewed sorrow.
As the earth turns and the leaves fall, we reach back to renew the bonds between us.
With hearts and hands open, we hold on to love, ever stronger than death.
We reach back in gratitude and understanding. Without our time together, the pain and the joy,
we would never be who we are today. We would have little to pass on ourselves.
Without fear and with thanksgiving and with hope for all that awaits,
we remember those who have gone before. We honor the circle of life and death and our place within this sacred thread.
Thank you, Matt. Dear ones, remembrance rituals can look many different ways. When writing this, I thought of you and how pluralistic we all are, and wondered, how can this ceremony be general enough but still very meaningful to everyone? How can we touch everybody. And so this ritual that we're about to do today was born from that study and work. Turns out you can't write a ritual very well at noon, so this was done in the dark, mostly. We will have two symbolic elements: flower petals onto our shared altar and salt into water. We've all lost precious people to us. But this ritual is not just for folks who died this year, but anyone that comes to your mind that you feel like remembering that comes up today. And while we can't offer each person a eulogy, we can say their names. And in speaking their names, we remember them and how they have impacted our lives and share our love with them, with each other. In a few moments, you'll be invited up to the remembrance altar to pick up a few flower petals, sprinkle them onto the altar as you say the name out loud of the friends and family you've lost. And then you'll put a pinch of salt into the water for your good memories, your love, your grief. Now, if you're not ready to say names out loud yet and you just wish to remember them silently with this ritual of flowers and salt and water, that's okay. Roses are layered. They're celebrated for their beauty. Most of these petals are from roses. They also have thorns. I mean, the petals don't, but roses do. And that's kind of like our relationships. They're beautiful. They're exquisite. They're complicated. And sometimes they're painful. And this is how it works. Let these petals represent our loved ones that have gone before us. I'm going to do mine right now. Next, salt and water are reminiscent of the tears that we cry in our loss, our love, our joy, and our grief. Tears are a release of pressure. We often feel better after we've let go. And we hope that through today's ritual, we can experience good healing and rich remembrance through this symbolic act. Once the salt dissolves in water, we can't see it anymore. But it's still there in some ways. And sometimes it's nice to have an element of symbology like this for our loved ones. So just because we can't see the salt anymore, we know that it's there. And we carry it with us in our hearts, just like our loved ones, even though we don't see them physically, and they may not be present in our lives right now, my goodness, we definitely carry them with us. When you're ready, and I want the back row to come first. Now this is important. I mean, it's all important. But come up this aisle, and when you go back to your seats, you'll come through here, go past Matt by the cabinets so that because sometimes it gets like congested here in our small sanctuary. But Kate and Steve will help, guide you as to who goes when. But we want to come up this row and to go out that row. Okay. Matt, let's us go first. Go ahead, Suj. You go ahead, now, may we finish the ritual by witnessing each other's beloveds that have gone before. going to move right on to extinguishing our chalice. Actually, let's take a breath. That was kind of a big deal. Thank you. We extinguish this flame, and not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. So I had some closing words. But I think I'm just going to read this poem called Autumn Chant. It's by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Now the autumn shudders in the rose's root. Far and wide the ladders lean among the fruit. Now the autumn clambers up the trellised frame, and the rose remembers the dust from which it came. Brighter than the blossom on the rose's bough sits the wizened orange, bitter berry now. Beauty never slumbers, all is in her name, but the rose remembers the dust from which it came. I hope your week is beautiful. I hope that you know how much you're loved and how much you belong. Thank you.
That's how the die was cast. We will see better days than these. We are built to outlast. Let us leave our children a world made of miracles and chance. These are the times we were made for. We are built to outlast, outlast, outlast. Let us be herons out hunting, who float when the waters rise. Let us take care of each other. Let us be calm and wise. We are makers of magic, so let the spell be cast. These are the times we were made for. We are built to outlast, outlast, outlast. Oh, we will see better days than these. So may the die be cast. We are built for endurance. We are built to outlast. We are makers of magic, so let our spells be cast. These are the times we were made for. We are built to